Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Arrakis Central. Thank you for supporting this channel so far, but remember to like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Getting straight into this, I just returned literally 10 minutes ago from watching Dune Part 2 at Cinemark here on the XD screen. And before we get into the movie, this is a spoiler-free review of this film. I will be doing a spoiler-filled review with differences from the book. So first up, as a fan of the books, which I've read Dune many times, and I have the audiobook as well, I can say honestly that I really love this movie. At first, I was skeptical that they were going to change too much, which they did change some things, but the film is shot so well. The cinematography, the acting, the special effects, just the way they show Arrakis, the Imperium, everything in the Dune universe, how it's everything you could envision Dune as being visually. It's exactly how you picture it would be in your mind. One thing that really stands out in this film, I think even more so than in Dune Part 1, is the wide shots, the cinematography, and the angles. There are shots in this film from the beginning that you are immersed. I am on an alien world. This is not our planet. This is a different planet, a desert planet. And the fact that they go hard into the different languages, the different dialects from Dune. They have the Fremen. I mean, they actually speak in Fremen. It's back and forth, so there's subtitles in this film. And I love the Harkonnen are speaking their language. The Fremen are speaking their language. It is amazing as far as that aspect goes. Timothy Chalamet has really shown himself in the last few years to really be a superb actor. He's excellent in this film. Like, I didn't think it was going to be much different than the last film, but he can change. He shows the arc of Paul so well, the change in him, just like in the book, that I was all in on this movie. And that was really my biggest fear going into this, that they weren't going to have Paul be very good and not show all its aspects and change. I knew they were going to change different aspects of the film due to time, editing, and whatnot. But Paul, they nailed it. That being said, I cannot give this film a 10 out of 10. I give it a 9.5 or 9 out of 10. Due to the fact that they changed some things in the book and left some characters out that I felt needed to be seen. Even if it was for a 10-second thing or even if they were just mentioned what happened to them. That kind of bugged me. Surprisingly, one of the biggest plot points didn't bug me that they changed. I'll get into that in my different video. That being said, these two movies, Dune Part 1 and Part 2, are now, in my personal opinion, my same category as the Lord of the Rings films. And then in many of the Star Trek films. That's basically top tier for my personal tastes. So, other than that, I mean, there's nothing else to be said. So much has to be said and talked about in the spoiler side, which I'll make a separate video for that. But, as a disclaimer, if you are a die-hard book or nothing fan, like it has to match everything in the book, you're probably not going to like this film. So that's just that going forward. But with that being said, if you were a book or nothing type of person, you would have probably not liked Part 1 either, so you probably wouldn't go see this film anyways. I am not a book or nothing because movies are never exactly as the book. I would say that this is very close. And I wouldn't say so much the changes is what bugged me, it's some of the omissions that kind of bothered me a little bit. Some of the stuff that was left out. Like, I'm talking slight bothering me, not like this movie is top tier. It's probably, I'll watch it again, but both movies put together might be my favorite movies of all time. I don't know. It's hard to say. they're up there. They're in the category of Lord of the Rings, like I said. 2001, Interstellar, which is like was my favorite movie. This might top that. I don't know at this point. But I am confident that most people that loved Dune are going to like this movie. The last thing before I close this video, do not go see this on a regular screen. See this on at least a IMAX. If you can't get to a 70mm IMAX, just the scaled down normal IMAXs you see everywhere at AMC, or XD at Cinemark, or whatever that theater you have near you has that big screen option. See it on that, definitely. And if you can get to a real IMAX, which I'm going to try and do, I'm going to go watch it again on a 70mm if I can. But other than that, by far the best movie I've seen in years. I can't remember. I watched the last time I saw a movie was last year, was The Creator. I really love The Creator, but this blows that away. Before that might have been Oppenheimer. And this blows Oppenheimer away personally because I'm more of a science fiction guy than the biopic. So last year there was nothing better than Dune Part 2. You had Dune Part 1, 2021. 2022 there was nothing that I can even think of. Top Gun 2, I mean, this is an action movie, so this is way better than that. Other than that, I mean, you can go all the way back to Interstellar, maybe, which is not better than this movie, in my personal taste. And before that, I don't even know. You're getting to old films. You know, you're talking about, you know, older films. I love 2001: Space Odyssey, but it's long and slow. This is not slow. This has a lot of action in it. Surprisingly, you would think it was going to be boring, maybe a little slow and suspenseful in the beginning. But the movie pretty much kicks off with an action scene. So that's why I was like, whoa, they're going straight into some action. And then it has like a little bit of a build-up, a little bit of dialogue section and drama. But there is action sprinkled throughout this whole movie, and of course at the end. So really, Dune Part 1 only had a few action scenes. They have the Battle of Arrakis. Before that, they had that tension on the worm harvester scene. But other than that, that was it. This movie has a lot more action. So that was a pleasant surprise, honestly. I didn't think it was going to have that much. I was actually thinking it was going to have less action than it did. And then I'll get in the spoilers. I'll get into some of the stuff that I love from the book that they had in there that I was just... I had a deal breaker, a red line in the sand for this film, and they had it. So I was happy. But if you do like this video, please like and subscribe. Stay tuned. Check out. I'm going to do the spoiler video. The spoiler video will have the changes from the book. And I will see you next time.